Alright, today I've finished sorting the inside of the house out, so I'm feeling good and I'm ready to get started on the outside of the house. And what this means is I have an area where I can plant things, so I'm going to start preparing that. Beside the entrance there is this area which has been used previously for growing things. Basically, if we look along this way, I want to make several rows along here using a specific kind of farming method. First thing that I've got to do, marking the areas that I'm going to create mounds and where I'm going to have gullies. So I don't actually have any equipment to sort the garden out with, so I'm just going to go to my company I'm going to be working for, and they said it's okay to borrow the stuff from them because they're not using it anyway, right? They don't use hand tools, but they have some, so it's okay for me to go borrow that. So basically they don't use any of this stuff, completely fine to just use. First thing I have to do is measure, so I've got my measuring tape out. I'm going to use these at least for markers. I love this. As soon as you put a stick in the ground, a dragonfly will land on the top of it. And that's really nice because dragonflies, they'll eat mosquitoes and any other insects that are like trying to munch on you. Alright, I've measured out vaguely 10 by 10 meters. So I'm following the instructions in this book. This is the raised bed that I'm going for. 130 centimeters for the actual bed, and then 40 centimeters each side for the gullies, the water drainage. I'm basically going to give 2 meters for each bed. They're actually not all going to be raised beds, so 2 of them are not going to be beds at all. They're just going to be left as they are. And then just one of them, I'm basically not going to do anything, not even weed it or anything, just leave it as it is. Now I've got about an hour to get started on showing where the mounds are going to be. Well, I've made a start. Here is one of the side gutters, I guess you could say. This middle section is going to be the mound, so I'm just going to pile up the earth that I dig up onto it, and then 2 more. Yeah, it's going to be quite a lot of work because I'm not planting here this season. You know, I do have time to get everything sorted. And then come winter, it'll just be covered in snow anyway. Hello, back on with this today. What's really important is to decide exactly where you're going to do things and like mark out where you're going to do it, because I started doing this. You can see here I sort of started going one way and it wasn't actually straight. So having like this string is absolutely essential. I started measuring out, putting the string down over here. Got it looking pretty good, pretty straight. Measured it all up for 1 mount, quite wide. In the book it says 130 centimeters. I've made it 140 centimeters. Probably not that much difference. One thought did occur to me to try making one of the mounds narrower. What's so important is the water drainage and how far the oxygen can get in. If there's not enough oxygen basically in the middle of the mound, the fungus isn't going to grow uniformly because it needs oxygen to grow. It's aerobic fungus. So I might try doing a different width mound. Anyway, we've got this first mound measured out. What I'm actually going to do is measure all of them out to make sure I can fit them all in. So first I've cordoned off this 10 meters squared area. I mean, it's vaguely 10 meters squared, right? Is that a right angle? Not quite. It is accurate enough to run a non-accurate experiment, which is what I want to do. I want to compare 5 different kinds of rows. Hopefully it's fairly uniform soil, but that's the plan. So let's do some more measuring. The next thing I'm measuring out is the width in between this mound and this mound. That's 60 centimeters in between. And yeah, even if it's not accurate, it's going to be a hell of a lot more accurate than if I just got stuck in. So now I'm just going to mark out this last trench here.
Okay, so that's the next trench marked out. So now I can get digging, I guess. Hole digging spade. Just dig along. Line, get broken up first. Yeah, a little bit short. May even have to kneel down. So how deep do these furrows need to be again, these ditches? Okay, so from the bottom of the furrow to the top of the mound, it needs to be 45 centimeters. Let's just keep going, I think that's good for now. I mean, if I dig the trench so deep enough, it doesn't matter if the mound from the ground level isn't that high, as long as there's enough difference in height to the drainage point. Some kind of big beetle. Anyway, let's put him in here. Well, that's one first dig of one first trench. Fuck.
Just finished for the day, got back, and now I'm going to start doing some digging, some real work. The ground has been made wet by the rain, so let's see if that's going to make that easier or harder. Okay. My head's sweaty, so I'm gonna put the camera down for it. I dug up a fair amount. I sort of want to get an idea of how much more I have to dig. Oh, 6 p.m. I'm going to level it out with this, and then I'll get a better idea of how much more soil I need to put on. The important thing is the difference in height between bottom of the ditch and then the top.
Thank you for watching until the end. This has been the first of a few videos documenting how I made my garden in Hokkaido. After this, I gradually made progress digging over the next few weeks. And in the next video, I'll show you how that turned out, as well as going into more detail about the farming methods that I'm using.